Hello and welcome. Welcome to Hypnosis to Lose Weight. This is a Q&A session, so this is a chance for people to ask questions. Anything related to hypnosis and lose weight is fine by me. That's the theme of this show. Other shows might be different, but this show is about losing weight or managing weight or controlling weight in some one way or another. So it might be changing your habits. It might be eating less. It might be eating slower. It might be eating like a gourmet. I don't know what it might be, but this is a show where it's your opportunity. I've got about, a lot of years experience. I've been in the field of hypnosis for about 13 and odd years, probably more. So this is a chance to ask an expert in hypnosis some questions about losing weight. I know there's a lot of you out there that need to lose weight or want to lose weight or a desire to lose weight, as 1 in 3 of us are obese or overweight. So it's a good opportunity to get in there and get some knowledge and understanding, really insight into how hypnosis does such a sterling job in helping people to lose weight. I will keep an eye on questions, but if there's no questions tonight, or if I don't see questions tonight, definitely if you want to ask a question, it will be going out on a recorded video. So if you want to just put #replay in the chat and ask your question, then I'll definitely get back to you on that at a later date. But if there is no questions, that's okay, because I have something planned to share with you in the meantime. So I'll keep going until someone does ask a question or I see something pop up that I can help you with. And I'm very interested in helping you with questions. It doesn't matter what it is. Like I say, it can be anything hypnosis and weight related. I'm happy to take anything that you want to ask me going forward. In the meantime, I'm going to share something with you about why people use hypnosis. You may have never come across hypnosis before. It may be a strange word. It may be something that you've heard of and thought, that's a bit weird. You may have even had somebody in your family or friends, or know a celebrity who's tried it and got a great result. It is incredibly good. It is good evidence base for hypnosis for weight, for all kinds of reasons, which I'll go into in a bit. But I'm just going to share my screen today just so that I can see the kinds of things that I want you to see. I want you to understand about hypnosis today. So this is a general level. So this is about hypnosis generally. It works across the board with, so long as it's got a psychological component to it, i.e. something psychological, emotional, social, behavioural, then usually we can tackle it using hypnosis. So there are absolutely 100 reasons why you want to use hypnosis. These are just a few of the common ones. So the good old one where modern medicine has failed. So you may have tried lots of things by going to see your doctor, and he or she has prescribed something to help you to lose weight or to stop smoking or to manage some kind of behaviour, a phobia or a fear or something, and they've given you something, but it hasn't really worked. It's not really done the trick. So that's one thing, is that instead of the medicine, you want to seek a complementary kind of solution, something that will reach a psychological thing where the medicine just can't get there. Some emotional underlying reason why it might be there. Sometimes when we are in the middle of an eating problem, whether it's a serious one or a very mild one, we kind of don't want to acknowledge that we're eating too much or drinking too much alcohol. We are not ready for change. We are quite liking, actually, what we want to do with our eating. We get great rewards from eating, as we do with alcohol and cigarettes if you smoke, and other kinds of drugs. So it gives us a lot of reward other than energy and fuel. And so sometimes it's difficult acknowledging that we've got something going on that we need to resolve. But usually that's when people come see us, is when they're ready to change, when they've reached that point where it might be a reward, but it's also something that they need to deal with. It's causing them serious problems in their life, or just mild problems, and they just want to do something about it. You may have tried alternative approaches other than medicine. You may have tried alternative therapies. Hypnotherapy is a complementary therapy, so it complements medicine, it works alongside it. Whereas you might have tried an alternative kind of therapy, which isn't necessarily evidence-based. People just use it, they find it useful, and that really hasn't done the trick either. We get a lot of recommendations from other people. So you may have, like I said before, seen a family or a member or a friend got a great result, say, from stopping smoking, because it's great for that too, or to manage anger or stress or nail biting or some other habit. It may be something else. And you think, oh, I would love to, go and get a bit of that for myself and see if I can lose a bit of weight with it. So it may have been recommended to you from others, or it may be a referral from someone else, a professional, your GP or someone like that, who's suggested you might want to try it as an option. Let me just check to make sure I'm not missing any questions at this stage. I know there may be questions, so I'll just check. Hi Anna, how are you? So there are things going on which trigger us to go in and do something about it. You may have seen an advert, you may have seen me on here on a live or something. I think, oh my goodness, she's speaking my language. I really got to go and do something about this. This would really help in my world if I could get something sorted with my eating habits, for sure. So yeah, tried everything else, and it's a last resort. That's a shame when people do that, because it's a beautiful modality. It's one of the best, in my opinion, to solving problems quite quickly. It's a very solution focused. Can be solution focused. Can also be historical. We look back at historical problems and see where it might have come from. But it's quite a brief therapy, I guess, is what I'm saying. You only need a few sessions in order to kickstart something in your body or your brain, and then you're off on your own. It just like triggers. It's like turning on a light switch. It just kind of triggers something, and then you're off with it. And so you don't need to like go and see someone for like years on end, like some therapies. It's a very brief one. So you only typically need a few sessions to, get that whatever it is started that you need to kickstart that problem, solution to that problem. So these are some of the reasons why people choose to use hypnosis. There are loads more, like I say, but there's some of the reasons people might do that. If that triggers anything in you, if you think, one of them suits, it really resonates with me, don't hesitate to give me a call. I will be putting up the link later on. Thanks, Anna. So I'll just put Anna's good morning, keep up the good work. Thanks, Anna. And yes, so I'm going to just share another screen, actually, which is particularly why people choose hypnosis for weight. So let me just pop that up. So why do people come and see us for weight when they've got so many things? There's diets, there's pills, there's gastric banding, there's all kinds of things people can go and get done. Nips and tucks and all that kind of stuff. Well, a lot of those things don't tackle the psychological aspect of what's going on. They don't tackle the behavioural aspect of what's going on. So even if they've tried everything else, which most people say they have when they come see us, it's typically because they're going down the wrong street with the modality that they're using. It's actually not hitting the spot in quite the right way for them to do what they need to do with it. So we've also got people that talk about regular relapse, that where they go down this street of yo-yo dieting. So they do a diet like I don't know, intermittent fasting diet or a protein-rich diet or a carbohydrate, whatever it might be. There are so many diets out there. You know you've been on one if you've got a weight problem, because people try and they yo-yo up and down. And then they find they kind of balance out for a while, and then it's back down again. They relapse and they're back down to, dealing with it again and finding other solutions to the problem. So it's a forever, like a revolving door, I guess, in terms of managing weight. And that's really not good for you. It's not good for your brain. It's not good for your mind. It's not good for your body. So hypnosis is actually great for this kind of stuff, because what it does is it creates sustainable results. It manages stuff at the core. It doesn't just stick a plaster over it and hope for the best. It actually tackles some of the pertinent issues that are at the core of why you're eating the way you are or not, as the case may be. Some people come because they are going through some life changes, maybe some disability, for example, where you can't be as physical as you used to be. Maybe you've got an injury of some kind, and you can't because what a lot of people do is they just scoff, eat what they want. But then what they do is, on the other side of it, they exercise a lot, so they're expending the calories. It's not rocket science to create equilibrium with your weight, but the idea is that if you're expending more calories than you're putting in, then obviously you're going to lose weight. There's going to be a deficit. So, but when people have got a disability or kind of an injury, then the problem occurs that they can't do the physical side of it. So they'll still scoff, eat the wrong things in the wrong way at the wrong times, but the difference here is that they're not expending the calories, so they're piling the weight on while they're injured or in that state. People say, I'm doing all the right things, Karen. I do this, I know how to do that. It's easy to do this, but for some reason, I'm not losing the weight. And that's common, that people just can't understand if they're doing everything right, as the textbook tells them to do. Why are they not losing the weight? Well, there's two things. One is there may be something emotional going on, lurking down there in the background, which is creating a blockage of some kind, which is preventing them from losing weight in one respect. It might sound a bit spiritual. It might sound a bit, ooh, but it is true, is that if people have had something going on in their past, sometimes they hold on to things which we can help to unravel, unpackage, and figure out what's going on there, and that usually clears the blockage. The other thing is, it's common in research, in psychological research, that people underreport when they self-report. So what we do is we often get people to complete diaries, and people sometimes hate them because it actually, if you do it properly, if you monitor exactly what you're eating all day, every day, you find that probably you're snacking here and there, or you're eating more than you think you are. And that often is the reason why people are not moving anywhere, is because there's a little bit of denial goes on, and not just denial, because denial is a conscious, semi-conscious thing. There's some sense of we forget. It's very easy to forget that we go snacking at the fridge here and there, or we snack in the car, or we take something at work and we forgot we've had it. So the nice thing is about what we do is we get people to monitor what they've eaten on a daily basis. So there's very much a reality principle going on here. Rather than idealism, I do everything correct and I do everything right. And there's no blaming here, by the way. I'm not blaming anyone. I do it myself. I can easily forget that I've eaten something when I didn't think I had. Motivation can be a big thing. People, when they are mentally unwell through depression, grief, loss, separation, loneliness, just feel generally unhappy and unfulfilled, there can be appetite disturbances because of our lack of motivation, which affects us in a big way. So sometimes we know, again, everything we need to do, but unfortunately when we have a go at doing it, we just kind of relapse, or we just can't implement what we've planned, etc. We don't stick to the plan. If you're on medication, particularly if you're on things like corticosteroids, like prednisone, for all you out there that have got some kind of inflammatory condition where you need some, immunosuppressant or anti-inflammatory medication, prednisone is terrifically terrible for causing people to put on weight or distribute weight actually in the wrong places. So it may be something like that. Even other kinds of medication like sleeping pills, even appetite suppressant pills, slimming pills can actually cause you to put weight on, believe it or not, if they're used in the wrong way. So there you go. So yeah, all sorts of medication have side effects which will be weight gain. So if you look at the packet and you look at the instructions within the packet, you'll find some of those medications you're taking might actually be contributing to your weight, thyroid problems, things like that. People after pregnancy, because during pregnancy you eat a lot because you're eating for two. Not really, but people do. But you do put a lot of unnecessary weight on. You're carrying a big baggage around, of course, and then you're not exercising as much as you would like, but you continue to eat as you do. You might get cravings, etc. And then afterwards you're left with a big pile of baggage, which then you want to come and get rid of. Unexplained conditions like infertility. You might come and see us because you can't get pregnant. It might be that, could be all sorts of reasons why you can't get pregnant, but one thing might be that if you are incredibly overweight, that could be contributing significantly to that. After surgery, so if people have, it goes with the disability thing actually, so if people have knee operations or something which puts them out of action for a while, then you can sense that they're going to be immobile and they're not going to do the expenditure of calories. Therefore, they're going to continue probably eating what they used to eat before surgery, but then after surgery, they can't move and they're continuing to put those calories on the body instead of expending them using exercise. Food tolerances, intolerances. So yeah, a lot of people have food intolerances. So we're not just talking about putting on weight here. We're talking about things people might be eating things that are actually self-harming. They're damaging themselves. So it might be that we are helping them to avoid foods which are causing them damage to their body and reprogram their brain into thinking that that's actually not a good thing to do. People have phobias of certain foods, tomatoes, eggs, chilies, all sorts of things. Lots of weird and wonderfuls and sometimes peas, sprouts and some things like that. So it might be that some people have got phobias of certain foods, either seeing the food or eating the food, swallowing the food or having the food in their body. And so it may be that we help them to overcome that phobia of the food. Same with allergies. I also help a lot of people who have to have a strict diet, either because they've had a gastric bypass, yeah, one of them, where they can't, their stomach's shrunk considerably because they've got a band around their stomach and they can't actually eat very much at all. So, but they're finding themselves eating as they normally would, and it's very painful and it's not good for their health. It's actually going to cause them a lot of problems. But on the other hand, people that have to have a very, very, very strict diet for one reason or another, we might work with those too to help them to stick to that diet if it's incredibly important to do so. Just going to check to make sure I don't have any more questions because I'm just waffling on here, just in case. I don't think so. I'm not sure I do. But again, like I say, if you're watching this on the replay, can you just put #replay if you want to ask a question, and I will get back to you and I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I can. I'm going to do these actually for a few weeks. So if you're seeing this one and you're thinking, oh, I would love to ask a question, I've missed my opportunity, you haven't, because I am going to, I am going to put this out again, probably next Thursday and probably the Thursday after that. But I will put it out on a schedule so you can see it. Yeah, special events. Now, these are nice because people are getting married, they're going on holiday, getting engaged, all that kind of stuff. Happy stuff where they are looking for a new relationship. Maybe, for example, they're on Tinder and they don't like the way they look and they want to lose weight and put a new picture up. That kind of stuff. So they come in to help getting trim, getting shape for getting in that wedding dress or that bikini on holiday or something like that. So there's all kinds of reasons why people do attend for weight. As I say, if you have any questions, do shoot me a line, and I am going to leave it at that today. I'm hoping that future ones we will have a lot more people on asking questions. This is the first, so I don't expect this to be unreasonable that people are not asking questions today, but they will. And the more people that ask questions, the easier it becomes for you to understand how hypnosis works, because I can explain it to you in a way where I've got a real case study. And if you feel really confident, you can come on board and I'll invite you in as a guest and I can help ask some questions and give you some bit of coaching, maybe, maybe that's an incentive to get you on screen. But I don't expect, for that to happen this time round because I'm about to finish. So, hi, Sandra. Thanks for joining us. Hey, hugs to you too. You're awesome. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Sandra, for joining me today. I'll hopefully catch up with you all soon. Do tune in for the next one and have a good evening or a good afternoon or a good morning, wherever you are in the world. See you later. Bye-bye.